update. Like I said, anyone has any questions for Pat?
The only other thing I would want to say is I would certainly hope that in Mahoning County, the Turnpike Commission doesn't do what they did at Springfield Township. When they closed Columbiana Newcastle Road in Unity, the other day, a gentleman, Randy Angle, said, you know, this is BS. He said, I drove 4 extra miles to get to a patient. And that was ridiculous that the Turnpike Commission, you know, they're gone.
I think that's when your questions and your concerns ought to be directed to the Turnpike Commission.
Well,
and-
you know as well as I know that goes in file 13.
Well,
So-
I think if you had many calls to that area,
The Turnpike Commission, they don't answer to anybody, but I mean, it's a shame what they did in Springfield Township. Our safety forces, I put them the best in the county.
They did that on
What they're
Austin
doing, what they're doing
Turner,
going
too.
around, this is ridiculous.
well, thank
Why they ever did two bridges that are within a half mile of each other, the way the crow flies, and just bottlenecked a good section of the township. There's no common sense to that at all.
Well, thank you for keeping us updated on what's happening out in Springfield. And Pat will probably check on all of that for you. If you have, anyone else has any questions for Pat, I'm sure he'd help you out after the meeting. All right, we have to go forward with our meeting. Approval of the previous minutes of board meeting number 33, Thursday, August 29th, 2019, and approval of bills for payment. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Advertisement for bids, number 1, recycling.
Morning, Commissioner. This is an advertisement bid for our institutional paper recycling program. This will cover 81 locations of schools, government buildings, and 501c3s.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, sanitary. Bill.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. This is the bid for polymer. Polymer is an additive to the sludge and wastewater treatment plants. This is for our 5 major plants. We annually spend approximately $115,000 for polymer. This contract will be for another 3 years.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Advertisement for bids 1 and 2. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 1, journal entries. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 2, agreements. A, courts. Mr.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nancy. This is
Okay.
a request for an agreement.
Go ahead, Scott.
It's a request for an agreement with SOS Security Systems for a fire alarm, a new fire alarm at Sebring Court. The cost that's indicated there includes the system cost of installation, $5,947. There's annual monitoring and service at $130 a month, and also an annual inspection estimated for $20 a month. And those are all general funds.
Thank you. And we'd like to welcome our clerk of court, Anthony Lebo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome at every meeting.
You're welcome.
My favorite Browns fan.
My favorite Indian fan.
Oh, good deal. B, in emergency management.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is an agreement with AT&T for hosted Vestas. It's a remote command post 911 position. It will be housed at the EMA building, and it's for 911 operations. It will be a $1,000 a month charge. It's not yet.
Okay, thank you. Lead base.
Good morning. This is 2 agreements with American Pinnacle Construction for lead work to be done at 484 Woodside and 4336 Helena.
Sanitary, D, E, F, and G. Bill.
Yes, Commissioners, agreement with Lake County Sewer Company. Now, this is a private company, it's a Lake County. But what they will be doing for us, or what they had to do for us, this is related to our relining project in Foley Village. And we encountered what we consider excessive debris in the line in the attempt of relining this, where the contractor who has been awarded that contract was unable to continue with that until this larger debris material that was located in the sanitary sewer had to be removed so that they could continue with their project. So they came in and performed those services for us. He is in agreement with Allmax. That is a company that provides us our software support for our reports that we submit to EPA on a monthly basis. F is in agreement with 42 Incorporated. They provide all our services related to our display, the tearing down, the installing of, the video equipment that we use for the educational part of our display at the Canfield Fair. And G is in agreement with Boak & Sons. These are to repair and replace 4 roofs on pumping stations. These are just tear-off roofs. We contacted 5 different vendors, and Boak was the low vendor on that for those services.
Thanks. H, the sheriff, Joe?
Morning, Commissioners. Nancy, this is an agreement with Securus Technologies. This is for the inmate phone technology service at the Justice Center. It's a 2-year agreement as we go on.
Thank you. Number 2, agreements A through H. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 3, change orders A, sanitary.
Yes, Commissioners, as I spoke just recently about the issues that we're having on the Pole Village realignment for the sanitary sewer down there, we encountered the vault where this part of the realignment process would go through. Unfortunately, the location that we had from the plans from the installation of the original vault were off. We had to conduct a realignment of this vault, and in the process of doing so, the contractor had to expend additional monies towards concrete and other materials necessary to be able to complete the proper installation and the relining, and we continue the relining of the sanitary sewer.
Okay, thank you. Number 3, change orders A. Do I hear a motion?
One question first. Is it necessarily a change order or additional work? Jim, isn't there a difference on how we categorize those things?
Right. It's a change to the scope of the original work, so you're adding more work to the original contract. And you could do it per owner's request or, changing the scope.
Because it makes a difference on the total cost of the project if it's over 10% on change orders, correct?
Right.
So is that something that should be categorized differently?
Well, this is, and as Jim said, with this here, this is items that were within the contract. They was not extra work, it was just we had to adjust the quantities based on what was bid in the contract. So it is a change order to the original amount of the bid. This puts us only at about 2.4% over that original price on the bid. So we're still within that limit.
Okay.
We're okay.
All right, thanks.
Number 3, change orders A. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 4, road closings A. Engineer.
Commissioners, we're closing a section of Garfield Road between Seacrest and South Duck Creek between the 9th and 13th to complete culvert replacement prior to the paving.
Okay, thank you. 4, road closings A. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 1, resolutions additions. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 2, record of bids A. Sanitary.
Yes, Commissioners, the department received bids for the replacement of roofs at various locations. Currently, we are evaluating the bid that we did receive, and we will ultimately make a recommendation either to proceed or not to the board.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, record of bids A. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 3, resolutions A. O and B. Audrey.
Commissioners, this is a resolution approving the appointment of outside counsel pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 30514 with Mesnick, Raskin, and Ryder, an additional amount of $25,000.
B and C, sanitary.
Commissioners, this is the annual resolution that we request the board approve to submit to the Mahoney County Auditor for placement of delinquent sewer and water accounts onto the property taxes. These will be collected in 2020. Annually, we're around $200,000, which is significantly down from before. We've been really monitoring our accounts. We're sending out notices to try to get people on board, make their payments before they go on to the taxes. And C is a resolution as part of the ongoing legal process that we're dealing with the Middletown wastewater the Middletown pumping station. We are in litigation on that right now. This was to provide for depositions, the recording of those depositions, and providing us with the transcripts.
Okay, thank you. Number 3, resolutions A through C, do I hear a motion?
Second.
Call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy O'Geady.
Yes. That concludes the business portion of our meeting. We have some comments quickly from Anthony and Dave, and then, of course, we have to go up and sign our paperwork for our bonds today, which is a good thing. Anything, guys?
No, just, we had some good weather up until, a certain part of, on the concert on, night was the Saturday night?
Saturday. Sunday.
At the Canfield Fair. It was really nice. I spent most every day out there between bouncing around the government buildings. I thank all the people that worked out there, spent their time and donated so much to help the workings of the fair. It's always a great time, a great event, and the largest county fair in the United States. So it's just amazing. The 4-H group did an amazing job, as they always do. It's always nice to go through there and see all the kids participating, and it's really about all the kids that go through there and give an opportunity to. We at the one tent, we filled candy, and I was loading more kids up with bubble gum than their parents wanted, really. And it's just so funny to see the.
You'll get the bill
the
when
people
all the
going through.
fillings fall out of their teeth.
One little girl came up and I said, "Honey, you can take as much as you want," and she was about 5 or 6, and I was talking to her mother, and we looked down, and she had opened like 7 pieces of bubble gum and had them all in her mouth at once. And I looked down, I said, "Honey, you don't have to eat them all, you can take them with you." And her mother goes, "Spit those out." She couldn't even chew. She had so many pieces of gum in her mouth at once. But that's what it's all about. It's about the kids, the young people, and people getting an opportunity to go. And I gotta say that I did a good job. I had a couple of sausage sandwiches without the bun, and it's tough to pass that Cinnabons at Molnar's. It's one of my sweet tooths, but I was able to get by without it. But good time, a lot of people had a great time. So thank you all the people that worked there, and thank all of our staffs that spend hours out there in all the departments for the county, and all that we're well represented in the government buildings.
Yes, we are. Dave?
Yeah, well-
Anthony? Dave, Anthony?
No, I echo Dave's sentiments, and, we actually attended the breakfast that morning of opening day. Mr. Anthony's and the governor spoke, and there was a lot of insight on what's going on in the state, so I'm glad we attended that. We had a nice time there. The fair is the fair. It's for children, it's for families. We had a good time in our tent, shook a lot of hands, heard a lot of opinions, some good, some bad. But overall, it's always a joyous time. I'm glad it's over, to be quite honest, so there's no more temptation of eating all that food. And I want to thank the trustees who are here from Springfield and for your concerns, and we understand there's a lot of projects going on in this county. I've been darting and weaving myself, because my businesses are out there and pulling, they're paving roads, and it's like I don't know which way to go, but Pat did a great job of explaining it. His hands are tied too, so God willing, we can get through this the best that we can do. So I thank you, gentlemen, for coming. I thank Pat for his insight on what's happening with these projects. Thank you.
Well, I thank everyone for coming. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be Thursday, September 12th, 10 a.m.
Second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Middy O'Geady.
Yes.